In today's video, Wemby is going to be switching teams each and every season. What it do is good YouTube, Woody back with another 2K banger, man. Today we got a very fun video where this man right here, Victor Wembanyama, is going to be changing teams each season. Take a look at the screen. This NBA team wheel is going to be deciding where Wemby is going to go each and every season. We'll be spinning this in the off season of each year to find Wemby's next home. We'll see what kind of impact Wemby has on each franchise that he goes to throughout this video. First year, we will be simulating him on the San Antonio Spurs, though. They've got off to a really hot start to the NBA season, so we got to at least let them finish it before Wemby switches teams. So without further ado, let's get into it. If you like these style of videos, man, make sure to drop a like, make sure to drop a sub, comment down below what videos y'all want to see next. We're on the road to 10K, so make sure to hit that sub button. All right, year one in the books and Shea wins MVP, man. We don't care about this, so let's just see what we ended up doing. Bobby Portis 6th man of the year. That's something that you do not see every day. That is something you do not see every day. Obviously, Wemby's going to be making first team with the San Antonio Spurs. Nothing out of the ordinary for this year. Year one season with the San Antonio Spurs. 25, 12, 4.5, 3 blocks a game. The man Wemby is an absolute menace. And you know he's going to lead this Spurs team to a top 3 seed in the San Antonio Spurs. Y'all play 2K. Y'all know how good the Spurs are. 53-23 record. What really more do we need to talk about for this Spurs team? They got Minnesota in round number 1 of the playoffs. Hey, if they could win the championship, started off with a bang, started off with a championship in year number 1 for Wemby. They're going to be down 3-1 here, and they're going to be getting eliminated in 5 games. They get upset by a 6-seeded Minnesota Timberwolves team, and Wemby only averages 21 in the playoffs. But hey, like I said, we're not really here for the San Antonio Spurs. We're here for this wheel. The Thunder end up winning the finals. Shea wins finals MVP. They beat the Pistons. Let's get the spin in this wheel. So like I said, we got every single NBA team on here. Now, it could land back on the San Antonio Spurs. That is a possibility. We're not going to be eliminating the teams after it lands on them. Let's spin this wheel for the first time. What team is Wemby going to end up on in this year number 2 season? The wheel is going to speak, and it's going to... What the f? What are the odds of that shit, huh? All right, well, we're running it back, I guess. Literally right after me saying it could land on the San Antonio Spurs, it literally lands on the San Antonio Spurs. What kind of odds of that, bro? That's crazy. Now, everything is going to be automated, though, so we ain't going to be making trades now. We just got to see what Wemby's impact is. All right, did the Spurs end up doing anything in free agency? Let's take a look here. Only thing the Spurs did in free agency was bring back Jeremy Sohan. So they're going to be running back with the same team, just with a little bit of progression. Wemby's in 96 overall. Steph Castle and Dylan Harper obviously getting better. Same with Carter Bryant and all these guys on the bench. So in year number 2 with the Spurs, we'll see if they can get a championship in this year. Usually it takes them about 2 to 3 to 4 years for the Spurs to get on top of the league. This is what their lineup is looking like heading into year number 2. First game of the season. Yup, big time win. Wemby should start to win some MVPs here. Type in the comments down below what year you think it's going to take for Wemby to start winning MVPs. Shea goes back-to-back MVP, so Wemby cannot get it done in year 2. Wemby does win Depoy though, so shout out Wemby. 25-13, so stats upgraded a little bit for Wemby in this second year with the San Antonio Spurs, but again, y'all play 2K, y'all know how this goes. Makes another All-NBA first team, of course he does. So they were the 3 seed last year, they're the 2 seed this year, still behind the Dallas Mavericks, but 54 wins, another back-to-back good season. But like I said, y'all know how good the Spurs are in 2K. Any big-time trades happened this year? Jovic got traded for Kuzma, Norman Powell got traded for Dorian Finney-Smith. What the hell are the Heat doing, bro? That's crazy. Marketing got traded for Claxton. Damn, a lot of trades here, low-key. Fox was pretty nice. All right, cool shit. Spurs had the best defense in the league. All right, the best point differential, actually. Who they got in round 1? They got Denver. So a Jokic versus Wemby matchup in round number 1 of year number 2. Let's see if Wemby can get this championship done. You got to bring one to the city of San Antonio as he drops 43 and 20, going absolutely crazy. One going up 2-0, another 43, 23, 9. There's just calm 44.5 and 21 rebounds and 6 assists to start this playoff run. I mean, that's nothing out of the ordinary. You feel me? Nothing out of the ordinary. You got a 3-1 series here, and they should be getting out of here in 5 games, which they do. Advancing on to round number 2 to play the Los Angeles Lakers, and that says they got Christian Koloko at center. Oh boy, that's food, man. That's what does Shannon Sharp say? Yams, collard greens, yams. Christian Koloko guarding Wemby. Yeah, all right, boy. That's an absolute fry cook games, bro. 38-16. Game 3, they're gonna go up 2-1 in the series, and yeah, 3-1. I mean, not even a chance to beat them, as they're in the conference finals in year number 2 to play none other than the Dallas Mavericks, overpowered Dallas Mavericks. But where is Kyrie Irving? I do not see Kyrie Irving on this team. So they made it, and they don't even have Kyrie. Oh, is Kyrie injured or something? I thought I turned injuries off. Let me turn injuries off. Game number 1 of the conference finals is a Dallas Mavericks victory. Wemby drops 33, but they lose. Game 2 is going to go to Dallas once again. Dallas might just be too good. Like, we have found this out in every rebuild that I've ever done. Dallas is just the best team in NBA history when it comes to 2K. They do get game 3, though. Can they tied up at 2s? No, they cannot. They go down 3-1, and I assume they're probably going to be getting eliminated here in 5 games, but they do force game 6. Hopping into the simcast in game 6. Hey, you never know. You got to win 2 games back-to-back, and you do have the best player in the series, so anything anything is possible. They are going to be able to force game 7 here. They end up winning by 7 points, and Wemby with another big time game here. He's having a great playoff run, 33-14. So you get a game 7 against the Dallas Mavericks to advance to the NBA Finals in year number 2. Really back and forth game here. Dallas does pull away by 10 points. Can the Spurs kind of come back here? Down by 8, not enough to jump into it though. They're going to be down 9, and the Spurs are going to be getting eliminated in back-to-back seasons. And the Mavs get to play the weak-ass Chicago Bulls in the NBA Finals, and you know that's going to be a sweep, and it is. And Kyrie ends up coming back for the Finals and winning Finals MVP. All right, so now we're heading back to the wheel in year number 3, and we get to pick a new team for Wemby. So hopefully it doesn't land back on the San Antonio Spurs. Let's see what team Wemby's going to go to in year number 3. Wemby, yo, there is literally no way. You know what? That shit. I'm not doing it. Absolutely not. We're not doing 3 years on the Spurs. It's defeating the whole purpose of the video. What are the odds of that, bro? That land on the Spurs again? Can you believe that shit? No more Spurs, bro. It's my video. No, we're not doing Spurs anymore. Hey, he's going to the Atlanta Hawks. Let's go. All right, Victor Wembanyama in his new team, the Atlanta Hawks. So he's got Trae Young on this team. He's got Dyson Daniels, Zachary Reese, Jalen Johnson. That is a really good lineup. You got 3 85s and 88, and obviously Big Wemby. So shout out the Atlanta Hawks. They could be making a push at something special here. Giannis goes to the Lakers. Any other new signings here? Doesn't really look like it. Tyler Hero goes to the Chicago Bulls. That's weird. As for the Hawks, though, they do sign DiVincenzo, Julian Strawther, Najee Marshall, and Max Strus. So they're making a bunch of signings here to fill out their team. This is what it's going to look like after player progression. Reese goes up 4. Dyson Daniels is up 2. This is definitely a championship team. You add Wemby and Trae Young in the pick and roll. You got a bunch of really good players around them. I think the Hawks could be on their way to a championship in year 3. I can't believe we got the Spurs again. That was insane. So this is what their lineup's looking like. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Reese, Jalen Johnson, and Wemby is a really, really fun team. Big O, Asanoa, Julian Strawther, Noah Clowney, and Dante DiVincenzo is the bench mob unit. They're going to be rocking 4.5 stars perimeter centric. And let's sim the first 2 games. And actually, the first game of the season happens to be a revenge game against the San Antonio Spurs, where they're going to be winning by 16 points. I expect Trae Young to average like 30 assists a game this year, throwing the ball to Wemby. Can you imagine Wemby and Trae Young together? I mean, that's absolutely absurd. I would take Trae Young's assist line over every single night. Wemby dropping 51s like it's absolutely nothing. And that being said, they still can't beat the Dallas Mavericks. So let's sim about 20 games into the season, see how they look, and then we'll go to the end of the year. But I can already have a good feeling about this Hawks team, especially being in the Eastern Conference. I think they're going to be the 1 seed. Wemby on the Hawks is your MVP, 27 points. He didn't average 10 rebounds, which is pretty weird actually. 5 assists for Wemby, 2 blocks a game. So Wemby goes over to Atlanta and he is your championship, and he gets an MVP. So 1 MVP. I wonder if it's going to continue this way with he goes every single team. He's going to like start winning championships. We'll have to see. Or I keep seeing championships, MVPs. We'll have to see. He also wins DPOY, so that shit ain't gonna change. That motherfucker gonna be DPOY for the next 10 years, bro. Mavs did win 67 games though. So unless Victor Wembanyama goes to the Mavericks, I don't know if he's gonna have a championship in him. Now the Hawks were the 1 seed. Hold on now. They won 65-17, so 2 games behind the Dallas Mavericks, but 65 wins is pretty elite. You also have Detroit up there winning 60 games too, so shout out the Detroit Pistons. Quick little look at stats on the year. Wemby, Trae Young, Reese averaged 24 a game. He was straight hooping, my boy. Trae Young was there, 25 and 9 assists a game, so you got a big 3, and then some of the committee guys, Jalen Johnson. Best offense in the league for the Atlanta Hawks, and they got a top 4 defense with a 15.7 point differential. Round number 1 is Miami. I mean, are we even gonna, I mean, come on, bro. The 8 seed Miami Heat, they don't stand a chance. We gonna sweep them. Round 2 against Orlando, who got their same team. They drafted Chris Sinak Jr. at the center position. He has to guard Wemby. I seriously say good luck with that, guarding my boy Wemby. I don't think they're gonna lose a game until they go to the conference finals, and they're gonna sweep the first 2 rounds. So the Atlanta Hawks walking their way to the NBA Finals. They got to get past this 60-win Piston team led by Cade Cunningham. Game number 1 is going to be an Atlanta Hawks victory. It might not even matter though. Game 2 goes to the Pistons. Reese drops 43, but Cade comes back with a 50 ball of himself. Game number 3 is also going to go to the Atlanta Hawks here, and the Hawks are going to be able to go up 3-1, and the Hawks are going to be winning in 5 games, led by Reese actually. He was having a crazy playoff run. Into the NBA Finals against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns, who have Booker, Jalen Green, Ryan Dunn, Kaman Malawak, and Nate Ament at that power forward position. So Kaman Malawak matched up against Victor Wembanyama. I don't think that's gonna work out. Atlanta wins in game number 1. They're gonna go up 2-0 in the series. They're gonna go up 3-0 in the series, and Atlanta has a chance to only lose 1 game in the playoffs. And the Hawks do get, or the Suns do get game 5. Can they get game 6 though? Absolutely not. The Atlanta Hawks go on to win a championship in year number 3 with Victor Wembanyama, and he wins Finals MVP. So the first team that's not the San Antonio Spurs that Wemby goes to, it results in a Finals MVP MVP, regular season MVP, defensive player of the year, finals win, and finals MVP. Everything you can ask for in year 3 out of Wemby. What team is he going to next? Let's find out. All right, what team are you going to next, Wemby? You had your stint in Atlanta. Let's go to our next team here. Where is Wemby going to go to his next team? He's going to the Toronto Raptors. So staying in the Eastern Conference, let's see if he can get this Toronto team to a championship. And if you like this video so far, make sure to hit that sub button. Make sure to drop a like because I'm having fun doing this video for y'all, man. All right, let's take a look at this Raptors team. So we got Wemby there. We got Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes still there. Grady Dick is still there. They drafted Darius Akuff for their starting point guard. So they got a nice starting 5. They got RJ Barrett, CMB off the bench, quickly. Pirtle. Okay, nice looking team here. Nice looking team. Is it better than that Atlanta team? I don't think so, but it's a nice looking team. That being said, all right, Luka goes to the Sacramento Kings, which is interesting. KD goes to the Warriors with Zion Williamson. Siakam is a Milwaukee Buck, so that's all weird stuff going on here. Did the Raptors make any moves? The Raptors signed Peyton Pritchard, and that is it. So they brought in Pritch. Player progression here is going to show Wemby going up. Darius Akuff goes up 2. CMB goes up 2. So they got a full rotation of 80+ overalls on their team. I definitely think Wemby could lead this team to a championship. You're just going to need a good season out of these two guys here. Rotation for the Toronto Raptors: Darius Akuff, Grady Dick, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, Victor Wembanyama. Really good starting 5. RJ Barrett, CMB, Pritchard quickly, and Jakob Poeltl off the bench. They're going to run a 10-man rotation. That's a really nice ass team. You got a lot of shooting. You got playmaking. You have defense. Wemby and Scotty Barnes in the front court is very fun. They're going to be running 4 stars balanced under Darko. And let's start simming, man. Can they get a championship in the Eastern Conference? We'll see. We'll see. This is going to be fun. Let's sim the first 20 games like we did last year, and they're already off to a dominant start. Wemby just might have that effect on the team, and that's why we are doing this video today, to see if Wemby has the effect where he can just come in here to every franchise and just win a shit ton of games and keep spamming championships and MVPs. They're 16-5 to start the season, so immediately going to be the 1 seed. We will sim this Hawks game because we were just there, so let's see if we get a revenge game. We do get a dub right there by 14 points. So Wemby's off to averaging 27 and 12. So better stats, a whole block more than he did last year, and he's shooting 40% from 3. If this year was an MVP year, I think this year will be an MVP year as well. 17-5 is going to put Toronto at the 2 seed. Now this Detroit team is 23-3. They are really hooping, and they only brought in Zach Edey. So the Pistons, somehow this is a amazing stacked team. We'll have to see if they can continue that trend. We actually did just beat them right there. God damn. So it ain't Wemby, it's this man right here who averages 40 and 8 on the season. So Cade Cunningham turning into a absolute freak. I mean, what are these numbers in the regular season? That doesn't stop Wemby from winning D-Point. He averaged 28, 13, 4, 2, and 3. So Wemby had a nasty season himself, but Cade averaging 40. I mean, god damn. Now the Raptors did win Coach of the Year, 63 and 19 record. Wemby did make first team alongside Cade Cunningham. And the Toronto Raptors, as you see, are that 1 seed. The Pistons, I would assume, are the 2 seed, and they are. They won 58 games. The Raptors are the best team in the whole entire NBA. So back-to-back seasons where Wemby has led their team to a 1 seed and has won Defensive Player of the Year. Brandon Ingram was pretty good for us. RJ Barrett was good. Scotty Barnes was good. Akuff was good. They had the 2nd best offense in the NBA, and their defense was number 2. So again, the Wemby effect, number 1 point differential as well. They have Cleveland in round number 1, who has Mobley and Jared Allen still. Don't know if that's going to do anything, but you never know. Yeah, the Cavs are up 2-1 in the series, so let's everyone hold on now. Wemby could be getting eliminated here. 2-2 series, and they go up 3-2, so we will simcast game 6. Commanding lead for the Raptors in the first half. They're going to be going up by 30 points, and they're going to be dusting out this Cavs team pretty easily. They're going to be advancing to round number 2. Wemby wins by 30, and yeah, Miami in round number 2, the 4 seed Miami Hawks with Yaku Chonis. They got Stokes, Bam, and Khalil Ware. Good team, but again, they don't have a Wemby. They don't have anybody to guard Wemby. 3-1, and they're going to be winning in 5. On to the conference finals against the 6-seeded Indiana Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton and Darren Peterson. That's really it, to be honest with you. They got Isaiah Stewart having to guard Wemby. I mean, that surely is not the answer. Isaiah Stewart, I like you and all, my boy, but you ain't going to be able to guard Wemby. They're going back to the NBA Finals. They're up 3-0. They're not going to blow a 3-0 lead, 2K, or maybe they will. You never know. They are going to have the lead in the 4th quarter. Do we have a game to jump into here? I think we do. Toronto down 1 with 1:36 left, so we are hopping into our first gameplay of the video, and it comes with the Toronto Raptors. Wemby is not on the court, by the way, so it's Brandon Ingram working on Andrew Nembhard. RJ Barrett, top of the key, 3 is no good. Wemby's 5 for 16, having a bad game 6 here. Darren Peterson behind the back. We watched this guy last week play in the simulation, and he was absolutely disgusting. That boy Darren Peterson is an absolute menace, bro. Coming around the screen all the way, and he's gonna punch that shit. He is just too nice, bro. Can't believe Wemby's just sitting on the sideline. Look at his big ass over there. Brandon Ingram trying to get a bucket here. Nothing there. Dumps it down to Scotty, who gets the slam. Again, Darko, we should probably sub in Wemby at this point, right? Screen from that Perez guy. Darren Peterson over to the corner. Peterson gets it back with 5 on the shot clock. Screen. Darren Peterson all the way over to Beef Stew. Beef Stew has to go up with it, and he gets packed by Colin Murray Boyles. 20 seconds left in the game. Raptors down by 1. Ball over to Barrett. Barrett with a clean look, and he's gonna hit the shot. RJ Barrett with the go-ahead bucket. Darko did not sub in Wemby to get 1 stop. I mean, this has to be coaching malpractice, right? What the hell is this guy thinking, not putting Wemby on the court? Darren Peterson, 7 seconds left. Darren Peterson looking to end the game on Grady Dick. Good D by Grady Dick. 2 seconds. 1 second. Peterson misses the game winner. All right, Wemby's got Shea in the NBA Finals. 3-seeded Thunder team who won 52 games. So you're 12 games better than this Thunder team. And they got SGA, Elijah Arenas, J-Dub, Chet, and Thomas Sorber is their starting 5. It's a good team. Game number 1 against the Thunder is going to be a loss by 20 points. Wemby goes crazy. Shea and Chet lead them to victory. Game number 2, going to be the Raptors. Wemby drops 60 points and 11 rebounds. Wemby put the team on his back like he Greg Jennings, though. Game number 3 is also going to be a Raptors victory. Wemby 42-18. The Raptors go up 3-1 in the series, and the Toronto Raptors are going to be your champions. Back-to-back seasons where Wemby takes home MVP in the finals, and he gets the ring. 34-16 for Wemby in the NBA Finals. That's 2 different teams in 2 different years. Wemby has now got a ring for 2 different franchises. Now, it is in the weak Eastern Conference, but he is knocking off these West teams. Let's find out what team he's going to next. This video is fire, I can't lie. And this is fun for me too. Keeps it fresh, you know, new team every season. Victor Wembanyama. What's there not to like about this video? Let's spin the wheel. Is he going to stay in the East? Is he going to the Western Conference? Where is Wemby going to go? He's going to stay in the East. One of these, like, another one of these kind of middle of the pack Eastern Conference teams. He's going to Orlando. Kind of funny how he's gone to all these teams. They've kind of all been in the same tier. And now he's on the Magic with 2 superstars in Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Hey man, this is probably the best team so far he's been on just by straight roster wise. They also got Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, Jace Richardson, Desmond Bane, Chris Sinak Jr. This team is going to be really good. Nuggets get LaMelo Ball here in free agency. Magic signed Tyler Smith. They re-signed Anthony Black. They re-signed all their guys. Yeah, player progression looks nasty for this team, bro. They got 2 90s in him and Paolo. Franz, Jasper Johnson goes up 5. They got Chris Sinak upgrading. Nick Kamenia goes up 3. If he won with the past 2 teams, he's going to win with the Magic. I believe Paolo Banchero is his first 90 overall that he has played with so far. This is what their rotation looks like. Really good rotation, man. Him, Paolo, and Franz is going to be a force. And I have a feeling once again that the Larry O'Brien is going to stay in the Eastern Conference for the 3rd consecutive year. Don't think it matters who they go up against. They do lose against his former team. DeAndre Ayton kind of fries him. Okay, so hold on now. You know, not everything is picture perfect around here. They have a negative record after 10 games, so they're going to start this season around 500. They're going to be 10-8 to start, which puts them all the way down to the 5 seed. We'll see how things change over the course of the year. Cade might be the best player of all time. Usually, Wemby's dominating the MVPs. This man, Cade, didn't average 40 last year. He actually averaged 40 this year. I don't know how he could get better, and he did. This man, Cade Cunningham, is something different. Now, that being said, Wemby did win a DPOY once again, so 3 years, 3 DPOYs, 26-11, 4 2 blocks game. Points are down a little bit, but he's playing with 2 superstars, so hey, man. All-NBA first team again for Wemby, though, so we will take it. I have no idea how many games they won, to be honest with you. Whoa, hold on now. Atlanta was the 1 seed. Maybe they didn't need Wemby, bro. Maybe they didn't need Wemby. This Magic team was a 2 seed, so 56-26 record for Victor Wembanyama. Even with this team being the best roster that he's been on so far, it seems a little bit scary. These are the rest of the stats. Wemby was 25, or Apollo was 25, Franz, Jasper Johnson, you know, the rest of the guys. They look like they traded for Siakam midseason as well. Again, Wemby, best offense. It kind of just correlates how it is. Surprisingly enough, this Magic team had a top 7 defense, not top 3, not top 5, top 7. Still good. Second point differential. We'll see if they can go win a 3rd championship in a row with Wemby. Miami around 1, battle of the Florida teams here. Feel like this should be a pretty easy series for the Magic as they're going to go up 3-1 and they're going to be winning in 5 games. Cleveland in round number 2. Evan Mobley, they got Wendell Carter, no more Jared Allen. 6-seeded Cavs team stands absolutely no chance. They're going to be going actually 2-2 series here. I'm always quick to say shit, and they're down 3-2. Magic have lost 3 games in a row. Could this be the first year Wemby gets eliminated? Would it be with the Orlando Magic? How depressing would that be if you're a Magic fan watching this video? And yeah, I mean, you're getting blown out in game 6 with Victor Wembanyama. Wow, the Cavs just put the beat down on the Magic. Garland and Mitchell combined for 66 points. Wemby goes for 40 and 16. Nobody else decides to show up in this game. And this loaded ass roster for the Orlando Magic does not even make it to the conference finals. So Wemby Wemby cannot lead every single team to a championship. It is proven right there. All right, who's gonna win the next? Who's gonna win the finals? Gotta be Detroit, right? Yeah, Detroit wins in 6 games, and Cade just goes stupid, bro. Wow. I at least want to get 5 to 10 new teams in the rotation here that we're gonna be going. Anyway, we're here with our next team. Next team wheel. Let's hit the spin once again. Eastern Conference, 3 straight years for Victor Wembanyama, and again, the middle of the pack Eastern Conference teams. He's going to Chicago. Wemby just likes the East, I guess, bro. All right, Chicago Bulls roster is going to be Tyler Hero, Walker Kessler, Josh Giddey, Kobe White, Caleb Holt, John Collins, Hugo Gonzalez. Just a mediocre team, to be honest with you. What did they finish last year? They finished 36-46, so they did not make the playoffs. They were in a play-in team. Bulls signed Mikal Bridges and DeAndre Hunter in free agency. Another team that's loaded with mid-80 overalls. Walker Kessler, Tyler Hero, Giddey, Bridges going to be your main pieces. You're just going to have another deep team in the Eastern Conference that Wemby is going to try to have to carry by himself. Rotation's got Tyler Hero, Bridges, Hugo, Wemby at the 4 this time, playing next to Walker Kessler. So we're going to see what anything changes of him playing at the 4. You got Giddey, Kobe White, Caleb Holt, John Collins off the bench. Power rankings project the Bulls to be the 5th best team in the league. And this is year 4. So we've had Atlanta, Toronto, both championships, and then Orlando fell short. Let's see what the Chicago Bulls can do with Victor Wembanyama. Probably the least talented team that he has been on in the video, but it proved to not matter. Like, they lost last year with the most talented roster. Maybe it just doesn't matter. MVP for Victor Wembanyama on the Chicago Bulls. 28 points, 12 rebounds. Pretty much similar stats to what he's been doing these past 4 years. No Cade Cunningham this time, so shout out Wemby for getting it done there. I assume he won Depoy again, and he has. So he's won Depoy every single year of this video so far. First team again for Victor Wembanyama. And from the 10th seed to the 1 seed, Wemby has the effect. We haven't had a team that hasn't been in the top 3 or maybe even top 2 yet. The Chicago Bulls finished 58-24. They only won 36 games last year, so Wemby makes them 28 games better. But Wemby's on his path to possibly another championship. This team was scoring a lot of points. Tyler Hero, Caleb Holt, Bridges all over 16 points. Giddey 14 and Kobe White 12. Their offense must have been number 1 in the league by far, and it was number 1, not by far, but still number 1. And they had a not a top 10 defense this year. So maybe the first time you got a defensive player of the year, not a top 10 defense, it's top 12. They have a 9.4 differential, which is the 4th best in the NBA. All right, Orlando are round 1 rematch of last year's team that Wemby was on. If they beat us, something's going on because they were not that good last year. 2-1 Bulls, 3-1 Bulls, and the Bulls are going to be winning in 5 games. Brooklyn Nets in round number 2. JJ Kemp, John Morant, Allen Barlow. You got some auto-generated guys here. But we're to that point in the video where we're going to have auto-generated guys. Brooklyn Nets are up 2-0. John Morant up 2-0, and Victor Wembanyama, they're down 3-0. Started off by saying Wemby might have that effect. It seems like they might be kind of losing that. Is Victor Wembanyama about to get swept here? And he does. The 1 seed Victor Wembanyama Chicago Bulls team gets swept by the 5 seed Brooklyn Nets with this Allen Barlow guy and John Morant. The Nets team only won 43 games and they swept them. Wow, that's disappointing for Victor Wembanyama as the Hawks went right down and swept the Nets. Hawks Warriors NBA Finals. The Hawks sweep the Warriors and Trae Young wins Finals MVP. So that's back-to-back seasons where Wemby has not gotten a championship. He started off getting 2. Is he falling off? Is Wemby falling off? Or we at least got to get 1 Western Conference team before we end this video, right? Is this going to be the spin for the Western Conference team? And finally, it is the Houston Rockets. All right, so the team's looking pretty dope after player progression. You got these 3 top-end talent guys, and then you got Malik Thomas, Donnie Harper, and some other guys. So you actually, the more you look at it, you really only got a top 5 that are 80s. Besides that, it's a bunch of 70s. Whoa, that is rough right there. My gosh. Take a look at the lineup. They got a 72 overall, 32-year-old Emmanuel Quigley, who is starting at point guard. And then you got a Sher Thompson, Pavo Popovic, who's a 73 overall 2nd round pick. And then Şengün and Wemby. And then off the bench, you're rocking Malik Thomas, Donnie Harper, Kwame Evans, and Jared Vanderbilt and Gary Trent. So your bench is better than your 2 starters. This is a weird ass team. Wemby's gonna have to carry this with Amen Thompson and Şengün. They're gonna be 4 stars balanced under Ime. And this is his first year in the Western Conference. So we're gonna see how this goes. This could be tragic. I ain't gonna lie. They're already off to a 1-4 start to the NBA season, which is not great. Yo, this man Cade on a different level, bro. 34 a game for that man Cade. Hey, who the hell is this Rajon Rondo ass motherfucker? Wannabe. Wemby, first year, he did not win Defensive Player of the Year, goes to Emob, so Wemby didn't get that one done. Maybe Wemby fell off a little bit. He still did make first team, though, 28-9-5, but that boy Vic. We are on, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on year number 5. I think we're gonna go 2 more years after this one. 7 years should be a good little spot. We can stop it off there. Now, whoa, hold on now. Yo, this Rockets team was buns, fam. They didn't even make the playoffs. They were 33-49, so the Wemby effect officially dies with the Houston Rockets. Victor Wembanyama cannot not lead a team to the playoffs? Victor Wembanyama, man. No playoffs. Amen Thompson, Alperen Şengün, and Victor Wembanyama not good enough to make the playoffs in the Western Conference. 30. Whoa, that is a bad season out of them boys right there. I thought the Rockets was gonna be nasty. They're trash. What was their offense at? They were let's see. Bottom 10 in offense. Defense looks like it's, yeah, bottom 10, bottom 15 offense. Minus 2.3 point differential. This team was absolutely terrible. Well, we got to move on to the next one. Rockets was a complete failure. Blazers win it. Cam Boozer got an MVP. All right, spin this wheel. Wemby from Houston to Detroit. Victor Wembanyama, Cade Cunningham, championship 75 win season incoming. Oh yeah, this one should be fun. Oh yeah. So you got this man, Cade Cunningham, who has been having literally some of the best seasons I've ever seen in 2K. 34 plus points the past 4 seasons. This man, Cade, has multiple MVPs. And then you got Wemby. You got a Sir Thompson who's still here. This Florin Baku guy, another auto-generated guy, Taj Ariza. So the team is looking good. This is a guaranteed championship. Cade Cunningham, these guys in the starting lineup, Wemby. It's really just Cade and Wemby that we all care about right here. These guys is finna go absolutely stupid, bro. Honestly, I'm thinking a 70-win season for these two guys, bro. The two guys who have been dominating the NBA the past 5 years. Yo, this team sucks, bro. They're 20-19, bro. 40 games into the season, they're 20-19, bro. Am I missing something? Because this team's terrible. What am I missing? Cooper Flag wins MVP in this year, number whatever season this is, but Wemby takes back home a Defensive Player of the Year. All NBA first team for Wemby. He has not cracked over 28 points yet in this video. This Pistons team did finish the 2 seed. 2 seed, 49 wins. Only 1 game back on the... Whoa. Look at how the Eastern Conference records are, and then look at the Western Conference. There's 2 70-win teams. Herb Reynolds is a 97 overall. Who the hell is this guy? And then Portland is absolutely insane as well. Well, there is no chance this team is going to be winning the NBA Finals, but they have a chance. Actually, what did Cade average? Because Cade was putting up some crazy numbers, and of course, Wemby gets here, and he comes back down to earth, only averaging 28. 2-2 series here. 3-2 Orlando Magic. They just blew a 2-0 series lead. They were just up 2-1 and 2-0 in the series, and now they're down 3-2, and the Magic might be upsetting them here, possibly. Let's make one final push at it, Wemby. Come on. We do get the dub right there. Okay, Wemby and Cade going crazy. Come on, Big Vic. Come on, my boy. Bad start. Can they come back in this fourth quarter? Is it going to be a wrap? Is it going to be a wrap? They got the lead. Top it. Ooh, 4-point game. Yeah, we're going to pull out. Yes, sir. Round number 2 against Miami. Rob Dillingham, Albert Miller, Hugo. Come on, y'all. Let's tighten up. Miami takes the first 2 games. Miami takes the first 3 games, and Miami's going to sweep Detroit in round number 2. The Heat knock off this Pistons team, and Victor Wembanyama for the past few years has been getting upset quite a bit, bro. You see here, Michael Brown Jr. just won the MVP or Finals MVP. You know what? Matter of fact, we'll go one more year. We'll go one more year. All right, let's spin the wheel. Last year for Victor Wembanyama. Where will he be going in his final year? He's going to the Milwaukee Bucks. I bet. Yikes! This Milwaukee team does not look that great. I mean, you got a lot of 80s again. You got this Shannon Kane guy who looks like he could be good. You have Jasper Johnson. That's really about it. Nobody really upgrades besides this little guy and Fleming. Besides that, it's a bunch of 80s led by Victor. This is his final chance to get a championship. All right, final year, bro. This is what it's looking like for the rotation. Come on, my boy Wemby. Let's see what you got, bro. All right, final year. Cooper Flag wins MVP. Wemby wins another depoy. One thing I will say about Wemby in this video is he has dominated Defensive Player of the Year, and he finally got over 31 points. 13 rebounds for Victor Wembanyama. We will take that. Finally, he got over 30 points and a career high in rebounds as well. So let's see what he can do in this playoffs. Unfortunately, I thought Wemby had motion, bro. Another year where they're negative roster or record-wise by 14 games, and I was in the play-in thinking that we were in the playoffs. They lost in the play-in. Wemby don't got motion like that, bro. It don't matter who's on his team. I thought he had motion to start the video. That's gonna cap it off, man. This man Victor Wembanyama does not have motion. All right, man. That's gonna cap it off, man. If you like this video, you want more videos like this, man, make sure to drop a like, make sure to drop a sub, and comment down below videos you want to see next. Victor Wembanyama had some motion to start the video. He got 2 rings out of it. I will say that. He got 2 rings out of it. A bunch of Defensive Player of the Years, 8 of them things. Taking teams to the playoffs every single year, making playoff runs, not in his bag. Let me know if you want me to do this with another player in the future. Comment down below videos you want to see next. We're on the road to 10K. I'm gonna catch you boys in the next one, man. Peace out.